Good afternoon, everyone. Today I will present the topic of the significance between the factors affecting the habitat selection by the giant panda. Here is the outline. Firstly, I will talk about the current situation of giant panda, and then as this is the endangered species, I will talk about the conservation by the habitat protection, and also I will review some research on the habitats, and then I will talk about the gaps in the available study and the aim of my research, and end with my conclusion. And giant panda is an endangered species due to the serious habitat destructions and fragmentation by human activities and mass bamboo theft in about 1980s. And this is a protected species in category 1 in the China, and also this is a species in the CITES Appendix 1, which prevents the trading of giant panda in the world. And the conservation of giant panda mainly focus on these several aspects, such as by habitat protection and building artificial dams, and study for the cause of low fertilities, and also the artificial fertilization. And scientists has identified that the habitat protection is one of the most important conservation methods for the giant pandas. And now I will review some studies on the giant pandas habitats. First, this study done by Liu in 2005 aims to get deeper knowledge about the habitat selections of giant panda, and it uses radio collars such as these photo shows to record the movement of giant panda, and they use night transits for the habitat surveying. And this study shows that the giant panda prefer to different bamboo species and the altitude and the slope in summer and winter. But this study have a drawback because it only has 6 pandas involved. The sample size is very small and the random error is significant. And for the second study, is done in 2007, is to study the habitat preference of giant panda between the selectively logged forest and the timber plantation. And also it's also used the night transits for habitat surveying, and the use of habitat by the giant panda is by counting the vehicle groups. And the result shows that giant panda highly prefers to the selectively logged forest, and the implication is that the artificial selectively logged forest can be built for the conservation of wild giant panda. And for the first studies, it aims to explore the habitat separation between the giant panda and the red panda. Where red panda, this photo has the common food source with the giant panda, which may result in the serious competition. And the scientists is wondered why this species will have habitat separation. And please use the microhabitat plots for 2 species and the control plots to show the difference between these 2 panda species. And for the results, it shows that the giant panda prefer to the gentle slope, and with the tall bamboo, tree with larger diameter, and lots with larger dispersal distance. And the implication shows that the habitats can be constructed by humans to separate these 2 species to prevent their competition. And the last one this is to find out the factors affecting the dam use by a giant habitat. It measures the features of potential dams, such as the entrance size and the capacity of dams, and the use of dams by the pandas are regulated by the researchers. And the result shows that the dams with a narrow entrance and only capacity was preferred. And so, by this result, the artificial dams can be constructed as a nursing ground for the pregnant giant panda to look after their offspring. And although there is many research on the giant habitat studies, only a few of them can able to compare the significance between the factors affecting the giant panda to choose a suitable habitats. So I use these gaps as the aim of my research is to investigate the relative significance of habitat selections of giant panda. And my conclusion is that the finding of my research can further consolidate the base for the conservation of giant panda by protecting and building their preferred habitats. And here shows my reference. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you.